Right. Welcome everybody. My name is François Letarte and this is my channel JDR30, a channel about tabletop role-playing games. So right now, question 8 after my question 7, what is a good RPG to play in 2 hours or less? First of all, before naming RPGs, I could say that well, it depends on the ability of the game master to bring that game in 2 hours or less. It's the ability to have a pace that will make that happen. Well, I will name games that can help that, but even though with those games it's easy to go over 2 hours, it's easy to let ourselves go, but the ability of the game master is to take into account. You have to have a good pace and bring the players at the good places on the right time without railroading them, though some railroads may be needed, but at the same time you can let the players go and bring the elements needed to get towards a satisfying end in under 2 hours. It's just the ability to put those elements on the right time. I will name some games that I think I could make in less than 2 hours because I don't have preferences, but I will tell you why for each of them. The first one, here, Men in Black role-playing game. Oh yes, D6 system. Well, it's easy to have something short about it. You bring your agents into a case, and it doesn't have to be a complicated case. Just an alien going rogue and try to find them. So it can be easy to get something under 2 hours. It's D6 system. It's quite fast. It would work well though with pre-gen's character, but under good guidance, it can be fast to create characters with Men in Black. So Men in Black would be a recommendation. I don't have it here, but well, I've talked about it in an earlier video. Of course, Hero Kids, but it's for kids. But I can run sessions that last 1 hour with a satisfying end. That's what I'm doing right now. I have to run small sessions, small adventures with 3 acts, and it goes under 1 hour. So it works well. I will also talk to you about what we could call an indie role-playing game. I'm sure that the indie RPG scene will tell you, oh, 2 hours or less, there's plenty of games to do that. So you may check that out. The only one I kind of know is this one, Fiasco. I've never tried it. I have a feeling that it can be done in 2 hours. Maybe. I will have to try it. I've read it a couple of times. I don't quite I'm not comfortable enough to run it yet because it's very different. There's no game masters in there, and before creating the character, you create in which the game will take place, and when the context is done, you create characters not with numbers, but with what are they doing there and what kind of relation they have with other characters. I'm really looking forward to try it. Okay, and I will talk to you about it, of course. It seems to be a very interesting game. There's a French role-playing game that I'm very fond of. Unfortunately, it's not in English. It's called Tranchons et Traquons. If I can translate the name, it would be Slash and Track. Okay, that's a silly name. I think the only bad thing about that role-playing game is the name, because this is an excellent role-playing game. And it can be done in 2 hours with pre-gens. Okay, I will tell you why, because I'm using it right now with some kids, 9-year-old and preteens, and I can run sessions with them that can be 2 hours and a half long on a regular basis. Maybe with some modifications to the kind of scenarios that I'm proposing, I could bring that to 2 hours, and it will be full of action. So I think it would be possible. The last one I want to suggest is this one, Fudge. I've tried Fudge once at BrigadeCon last year. I take the fantasy version of it into that. But it won't be that version of Fudge. Fudge can have many versions. and it's not one that you can find on in the book. Unfortunately, it's called Fudge on the Fly. You can Google that. You will have Fudge on the Fly RPG. This is a technique to how to use Fudge, and I'm looking forward to try it. I haven't tried it, but I think to make a 2 hours or less session, it could be great with Fudge on the Fly. Why? Because character creation takes 1 minute. Really. On your character sheet, you have some sort of a pyramid, okay? An half triangle, if you want. On this side, you have the scale, okay? Everything is scaled with names, poor, mediocre, average, good, excellent, super, okay? You have from the less awesome to the great awesomeness of your character, some sort of a scale on which you roll the dice and see how much you move on the scale when you're doing something. On the top of it, the greatest quality, you have 1 space. And the second greatest quality, you have 2 spaces to write something. And go on. And it goes up, it goes down like that with more and more spaces. Of course, the lowest one, I think, or one of the lowest one, you can have as much skill as you want in it. And when you create your character, just 1 sentence. I'm a great train driver and I'm an alcoholic. That is the example I've made in French, so I will take it back here. Okay? And you decide what is the skill you have at the top. Only that one. Let's say I'm a great poker player. Put that there. And you state also your flaw, alcoholic. That's all. Your character is done. And when you are playing, while you are playing, the game master will call for some rolls, some skills to rolls. And if you don't have it written on your sheet, well, you decide on where you write it in your pyramid. Is it a very good skill? Are you mediocre in it? You write the name of the skill there, and then you roll with what you've written. So while playing, you are creating your character, and you are discovering it. I think it could be a very exciting experience. I could try it. That's why I think it can be done in 2 hours less, because you can create your character. So you have a sense of being part of it from the start, and just come up with a small plot, a small problem to rule out. Don't try to save the world in 2 hours. Just try to avoid the evil aliens while you're going to the grocery store. Let's say it's the context. And there you have it, okay? And you discover your character, and by the end of that session, you will have a little more information on your character, and you will be ready to play next time, and you will be able to fill the holes and all that. So, Fudge, I think I will try it one day. The way I just told you, Fudge on the Fly. So that was my suggestions, but as a conclusion, I will repeat something here, but I think it depends more on the ability of the game master to make that 2 hours or less, to make the right pace to succeed in that. So yeah, my name is François Letarte, JDRD30, and up to next time, I hope you have as much fun in your life as in your games. Look forward for next question, probably tomorrow. Bye.